must be knowing who is primarily working on many TV TV solutions, and then the white space broadband solutions. So anyway, he will give more details about himself and his company. And I would you like to join the panel here? And I have a young entrepreneur by name Ashok Misra. He has his own company by name SI2 Chip, and they are quite experienced in the memory products. And he himself has a broad experience, working across the different multinationals. They have got a lot of experience of by doing the good practices which multinationals used to do. And right now he has his own company, and he also helps many state ESDMs clusters and many engineering colleges also to enable the industry and academia relationships. So he will give more details about himself in a quick introductions what he can do. And please come. And I have Dr. Venu. Dr. Venu is another very experienced semiconductor professional we have, his company works on high-end processor core. Okay, so which is the core which is in tune with works with processors and usually used in the very efficient imaging kind of solutions. So he will give introductions about his company in a short while. Please try to listen. And I'm sure and my name is Sanjeev. I work for Terminus Circuits. It's another semiconductor IT company. So I have a mix of fabless company, representation from the fabless company who are working on the the product ideas, innovative ideas, and some and Ashok represents the company which is essentially a very important part of any foundry operations, right? And what we do any ASIC, so it's a very important part of that ASIC. Right? And my company works on the high-end semiconductor IP space. So quickly coming to the structure of this panel. So roughly we have a 40 minutes time available to us, and what we have decided almost 20-25 minutes time the panel will take. Okay, and as a matter of fact. I mean, though there are a lot of things are discussed around this topic, okay. So we will also look at it like how the fabless company have tuned themselves to address Digital India or Make in India program, which is essentially electronics, or ESDM is one of the prominent pillar for that, and also being a semicon startup. What are the key challenges and key opportunities that we are seeing in this space? So, just to give you information, many fabless company or other semicon startups have collaborated together, and they formed a core interest group in the ISA. And the charter of this group is to enable these companies for on a growth engine kind of thing. And it's a very structured way this group works on, and they work on the specific focus area and take a agenda on a top kind of priority, right? So mostly this panel will be discussing from an angle of what are the key policies that we have which is in tune of the Digital India or Make in India kind of thing, and by and large how it helps the semiconductor startups here, and then another very interesting challenge that we see normally is any startups which starts with their own fund or the bootstrapping fund, or or maybe the seed fund, but when they go towards the the prototyping or the development or the implementation phase, so they do require a lot of support from the different investors bodies, customers and all. So how the panel perceives about what is the opportunity and challenges that we are seeing in terms of the raising the fund, investment opportunities and all, and lastly also from a purely from a market perspective, though India is a very lucrative, the consumption-based market, we consume almost 80-90 billion dollars electronics every year. But and mind it, like, okay, whatever the comes, the things comes in the Western country. I think within a week we also have similar kind of thing in the hand. But unfortunately, the contributions from Indian companies towards those kind of niche products are very very minimum. Apart from the software running in that, right? So we have to see also, is there any real market is available for these domestic players, or is there any level field kind of stuff is there, where this startup can grow to the next level and then meet some of the expectations of the KPIs of the different stakeholders. So what I will do, I will hand over the mic. Okay, so already Mike is there with us, so he will quickly give an introductions, maybe 1 minute each. The introductions will be there, and then straight away we'll jump on the topic. Is it okay?
I think we can. Introduction is not required for us.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, then let's start to jump on the topic.
Right,
Okay.
so, all right. Good afternoon, gentlemen. So, well, I think the three main important parameters on which we are going to discuss today, as Sanjeev has summarized very well. One being, the market access or the market of India, and how do the system and fabless semiconductor companies capitalize on those markets, right? So, come to think of it, right? If you look at the system space, system companies in India, predominantly the defense, defense, aerospace, even Indian Railways, you name it, right? And the Micromax and Carbon of the world, right? So these guys today, they have this system designed. So they probably write the spec, but from spec to system to ASICs to libraries, today most of it is sourced from multinational companies, right? So one of the things that we should enable in the ecosystem of Indian fabless semiconductor companies is that how do we get to access to that market, right? So one of the very basic thing, right? So if you want to work with a DRDO lab, or if you want to work with, say, a company like Micromax who sell consumer products in volumes, right? If they have to look at a startup as an option, there's a lot of roadblocks. So ISRO official or a DRDO official will never bet their fund on a startup simply because the policies doesn't allow it. So what are these policies? Which, so essentially some of the policies mandate that company should be at least 5 years old, or the revenue should be in certain $1 million and all that, right? So if we can enable or rather influence some of these policies which ease out some of these norms and can engage Indian semiconductor and Indian systems company, and so the consumption of these guys are sourced from the Indian companies itself. I think that would boost the overall ecosystem in India. So that's the first point.
Yeah, thank you.
So I think you have a presentation.
Yeah, I have put together a couple of slides just to give a context to this discussion, and many of things are based on some of the experiences that we have in the last 8-9 years of our company. So I tried to show those. So basically, we are talking about the electronic, basically semiconductors and electronic systems in the context of Make in India, and that I would like to. Basically, I see this as a big opportunity, and all of us are aware of the multiple products that are possible and that we consume every day. And this immediately opens up opportunities for semiconductors. So among the major products that are listed, each one of them consumes multiple SoCs, and the list is pretty big. Just the top, probably top few of them that are listed, and many more than this. Just now we mentioned about railways, and there are so many opportunities that are coming up in addition to all this. So it's a big opportunity, and as ISA has already highlighted for several years, the bill for this is much more than the oil bill. So that is one of the topics that has been talked about. So for many years now, and the government has woken up about this, and there are a lot of things that are happening. But what basically I want to highlight is, although it is a big opportunity, it is also a very big challenge because we don't have the ecosystem. So I'd just like to highlight some of those things in these few slides that I have. You can go to the next slide. So the choice for us is very simple. Do you want it to be made in India, as made in India, or made in China? And that's already happening. Second one is already happening. We want to go up, right? So that is the biggest challenge. And government has identified many policies towards that. Put in go next. So that is the dollar bill. The amount of imports that we are doing is the biggest crisis we have, and the target is to be completely import free by 2020, and we just have 4 years. And all of us know that to make a chip, it takes minimum of 18 months. So it's a big challenge. And there are a lot of policies that have come up, but if you see on the ground, the speed is almost nil. There are now, after talking about this for several years, we see some incubation centers now. We have some places that are talking about funds, the firms have got formed, but there is a lot more that has to happen. So if you want to make this a reality, we have to work at lightning speed. So one of the biggest things that we have seen and experienced is that today it's kind of a level playing field, in the sense that for any startup which wants to build anything in India, we have to compete with big MNCs. And it is not possible with the level playing field. At best, we can probably form a startup, build some IPs, maybe build a first product and get acquired. But that is not going to make import-free India. So we have to create a tilt. We have to create an environment which is favorable for startups. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So that tilt has to be created by the ecosystem, by the government. So that's what I want to talk about. So primarily, it's policy and the funds. So if you look at the essentials, there are mainly we're talking about design, manufacturing, testing. There is something that is already happening in this direction. There are, in fact, a lot of MNCs are also setting up manufacturing facilities in India. But if you want to be import-free, the biggest components that are the IC and the other components, that we need to build in India. So we're basically talking about fabless semiconductor companies. See, if I go to the next slide, there we have the ecosystem. Click once more. I just have a few highlights. So these are mainly the several aspects of building the semiconductor ecosystem in India, and some of them are already there. Basically, the services companies have provided a good environment for us to build individual pieces and even to put together. But there are many other pieces which are missing or which are at early stage, and ISA is, of course, working on forming many of them. If you just go to the next, so you can see we have made good progress in many aspects, but the biggest missing factor is the funding for startups and the policies. So in the next slide, I have